Hello. Now let me discuss the third important element, that is so called as significance or importance of principles of management. The first important significance is that providing managers with useful insights into the reality. It means that this kind of principles are going to be adopted and implemented by the managers within the business organization. And after implementation of this kind of a principle, they have to understand what kind of results that they may achieve after the implementation, and they have to understand what kind of situations and circumstances a company is going through, and they have to gain more knowledge with respect to the running of business organization. Say for example, if any kind of the mistakes have been committed by any managers of the business organization, it should be rectified and should not be committed for the next time. To that extent, you are going to come across after implementation of this kind of a principles. That is the first important significance of the principles of management. And second thing is that optimum utilization of resources and effective administration. Optimum in the sense to the fullest extent, and utilization of the resources means in every business organization there are many different resources are there. Those are going to be rightly being optimized. Effective administration in the sense there must be effective decision making, there must be smooth flow of operations. So here what managers are going to do, they are going to use and adopt the principles of management, and by implementation of this kind of principles, they are going to optimize the available resources of the business organization at a fullest extent. It means that the minimum resources are going to be used and maximum returns are going to be achieved by the business organization. Why? Because the resources are the one which are going to play their major role, but how to optimize all those resources depends on what kind of principles which are going to be adopted and implemented by the business organization. That is why if your company wants to bring effective administration, if your company want to do any kind of the effective decision making, it depends on the what kind of principles of management which are going to be adopted and implemented within the business organization. That is the second important significance. And third thing is that scientific decisions. Scientific decision means the result oriented decisions. The decisions of the company must give the meaningful results, and what kind of the objectives which are going to be set by the business organization, those must be compulsorily been attained by the business organization. For that purpose, what you are going to do, your managers are going to adopt and implement the principles of management, and those principles have been brought in the form of pure science. They have been adopted by the best scientific practices, best scientific methods, and those principles are free from bias, free from prejudices also. That is why those principles are the contributions of the various management thinkers. That is why if your company wants to attain the effective results, your company wants to attain the objectives of the business organization, it depends on principles which are going to be used and implemented by the managers of the business organization. And fourth thing is that meeting changing environment requirements. Meeting changing environment requirements in the sense, if any kind of the changes which have been taken place in the business environment, looking to that change, you have to bring some sort of the modifications in the principles of management which are going to be adopted and implemented by the business organization. Say for example, there is a technological advancement have been taken place in the business environment. Your company has to change the technology, and your company has to adopt the advanced technology which is to be induced to the machinery of your business organization. Then only your company can compete with your competitors, otherwise it cannot be compete. And that is going to be decided by the principles of management. Why? Because in these days, if you see any of the MNCs, they are rightly been bring some sort of the technological advancement. Best example can be just in time approach. Best example can be Kaizen technology. Best example can be Kanban technology. This kind of a new technological advancement has been induced in the machinery so as to increase the productivity of the company, so as to increase the efficiency of the business organization. That is why if any kind of the changes have been taken place in the business environment, whatever the principles that you are going to use, you have to do the modifications in those principles. And another best example can be if there is any kind of the change in the taste and preferences. If there is a change in the demand for the products, your company will come to know all those changes in the demand for the products by adopting and using this kind of a principles. That is why in every business organization, these kind of a principles are having their relative weightage as well as the relevance only. They are going to give you the message with respect to the each and every element and aspect of the business environment. That is why your company has to understand all those changes which have been taken place in the business environment. And last thing is that management training, education and the research. Management training, education and the research in the sense, trainings are going to be provided and given by the managers of the business organization, and their intention is that they want to cascade or passage some sort of the information with respect to the relative advancement which have been taken place. Their intention may be to become familiar with respect to the work profile which is going to be assigned to the new employees of the organization. Looking to these aspects, some sort of the effective trainings are going to be given by the management to the newly staff or the newly appointed employees. That is the management training. And second thing is that education in the sense, their main intention is that some sort of the new skills, and there must be application of skills with respect to the work profile, and whatever the work so assigned to the employees, they must bring some sort of the improvements with respect to performance of the work so assigned to the employees. It means that education should enhance their knowledge, and they should use experience that they are having so as to achieve the standard performance which are going to be set by the organization. For that reason, education is very important. It is going to fulfill the two intention. One is the application of skill, and second thing is that it is going to enhance the knowledge of the employees with respect to the work profile so assigned to them. And last thing is that research in the sense, some sort of the improvements have to be made with respect to the work performance. If there is no improvement, your company cannot achieve the desired results. Your company cannot attain the set objectives of the business organization. If your company want to do some sort of the changes, they have to become familiar to the technological advancement, and that is come to known to the employees and your management people when they are going to conduct the research from time to time. That is why for every business organization that is the most important aspect. Okay, so this is the discussion on the significance or importance of the principles of management, and let me revise the points once again. Providing managers with useful insights into the reality, in the sense they have to enhance their knowledge, or they have to gain more knowledge with respect to how to use this kind of a principles, and they have to understand what kind of changes they are passing, what kind of changes which have been made with respect to situations and the circumstances. That is the providing managers with the useful insights into the reality. Optimum utilization, in the sense they have to use the minimum resources and they have to maximum their productivity. Scientific decision means those must give effective results, and those must be free from bias as well as the prejudices. That is nothing but a scientific decisions. And later, meeting changing environment requirements, in the sense if any kind of the changes have been taken place, you have to change yourself, you have to do some sort of the modifications in the principles so used and adopted by the management of the business organization. Fulfilling social responsibility, in the sense the company, by adopting this kind of a principles, they have to give solutions to the social issues, they have to give solutions to the social problems. The company has to extend its social responsibility to the society in a such a way that it has to develop the social welfare, it has to engage itself in the social developmental activities, it has to create good image in the minds of the people. Likely for that, for extending the social responsibility, the principles of management are very important. And sixth thing is that management training, in the sense training is going to fulfill two intention. One thing is that with the help of the training, the management people are going to pass some sort of the important information to the employees. And second thing is that they can create familiarity with respect to the performance of the work profile. That for that, training is very important. Education, in the sense so as to enhance the knowledge and so as to do the application of skills. For that, education is important. And third thing is that research, so as to increase the productivity and so as to maximize the output and so as to bring some sort of the improvements in the work performance. The research is very important. Best example can be Kaizen technology, Kanban technology, as well as the just-in-time approach. So this is the brief discussion on the significance of principles of management. Please go through the slide and let me know if you are having any clarifications with respect to the discussion is concerned. Thank you.